With the latest release from Carton Cloud, we have updated and added in a new Stocktake function. And I'd like to just quickly give you a quick overview on how it works. So if I was in the Stocktakes here and I went in and I added in a Stocktake, I would select the customer. And this one is going to be for Coast Coffee Roasters. I would give this Stocktake a name, and it might even be something like, I just call it, the December, checkup, or I might do it for certain products, or I could go through and it might be the fact that we put in there the name of the person who has requested it. But I'm going to say it's going to be planned for this afternoon. And the reason I say this afternoon is because I don't want to have open sales orders or people bringing in purchase orders while we're doing a Stocktake. So the plan date is the 4th and we're fine with that. And I'm going to come through and I'm going to add in a few certain products. So I'm going to grab the Italian blend and I want to grab the Brazil. And I'm also going to bring in the hamper. Now I can come down and I can put in certain attributes. I might want to make sure that I capture the expiry or the batch number or whatever it may be for this particular customer. I could also do it where I was actually searching from particular locations, and I can also show locations which empty locations in the warehouse. So if I was walking through the warehouse with an iPad, I could actually go along and confirm those spaces which had nothing in there. So now I'm not going to show the empty locations, and I'm just going to save and preview. Now, what this will do is it will save the December checkup Stocktake, and we can actually see the items we're going to count. So I could go through and I could leave it at that, and I could wait till 5 o'clock at night when I'm going to go out there outside with my iPad, or while I'm going to walk around with a couple of staff and the laptop, or whatever it may be. Now, I'm going to hit start here on this Stocktake, and it's going to just give us a few warnings and just say same sort of thing as what I said before. We don't want to be doing picking at the same time of doing this Stocktake. So I'm going to hit start. Now what we'll see up the top here is you see that there's a green print button. So if, for instance, I was going to give multiple people a printout and going to send them down the aisles, they could actually go in, or if we didn't have an iPad or a laptop, which we were going to do it on electronically, we could actually print out this Stocktake, get somebody to do a physical count, and then they could come back on in. And we could fill it out here on the web app. So what I'm going to hit this drop down next to the count quantity, and I think this is very clever. We've actually gone through and we've put in the product units of measure for this particular product, because we know that they're coming in 500 gram bags. We can see that we've got cartons, and we can see we've got pallets. So if we were in here, we could actually go through and we could do, for instance, a count, and this one I know I've counted and there's 290 in there. And I could say yes, and then I come and have a look at this hamper, and I've just done a count, and I could actually just say yes, cartons, and I could say 5, save that one. In I come into the next one, and it might be that I just say yes, it's 1 pallet, and it saves. So it saves us actually from having to do the count or do the conversion. It might be that we say that there is 10 cartons and 5 bags, or whatever it may be. But we're just going to come through here, and I'm just going to say that one was 300. This one in here was 295, and I'm going to say the last one was also 1 full pallet, and I hit save. So then from here you can see that there was a little green tick button there after I actually hit that product. So if I just go in there and do that 300 again and click off to the side, or say the 1 pallet, the 1 pallet, and hit save, you see there's a little green tick which shows up there. I just thought I'd mention that one as well. So here I'm going to complete the count, and I go on and we complete the count here. Now what you can see is we have some variances. So you can see here in the top one that there is, the system says 275, but there's 290. We can see that we have the international hamper is down 5, the Brazil is up 5, and I've got another Brazil which is down 5. So what we can actually do is we can come up here onto the far left hand side, and we can see there's a recommendations button. Now if I hit that recommendations, what it's actually going to say is that it's going to move the product which I had +5 of to the location I had -5. So it's actually going to go through and rearrange them, so I don't need to go through and do it myself, because I've got the stock levels right, I just don't have the product in the right space. So I'm going to hit confirm move, and that will sort out that one. So from here, what we can see is I have a variance of plus 15 and minus 5. So if I was to go on through and complete the stock take, what it's going to do is it's going to generate a purchase order and add in another 15 items for my Italian Bellissimo, and it's going to take out a stock take of a sales order for 5 to make sure that my international coffee hamper marries up. So I'm going to complete the stock take. And so from here, we can see that the system has actually gone through and there'll be a sales order and a purchase order. And the other thing I can do is I can go through and I can export the stock take into a spreadsheet. So if I had a lot of items in here, we could actually go in there and we could send that to our customer. We can see all the details of all the products, the locations, what the count was, what the system checked, and all the variances. So that's a really clever little tool. The other thing we could do is if I just went through and had a look, you can see here's a purchase order page, and it has created the purchase order for the stock take for the December checkup, and we can see there's the 15, which it's actually added into the system. And if I go into my sales orders, we can see that the same thing has happened here. There's been an adjustment made with the reference of the stock take of December checkup being the 4th of the 12th. So really clever little tool, and it's really just streamlined how we can go through and do a stock take and update our products in the warehouse really, really easy. Cheers.